Time now for the Peter Channel Saturday Morning News on this Saturday morning, October 28th, 2016. Good morning to you all on this lovely Saturday morning. And I get news and our top story at 8:16 on a Saturday morning, 29th October 2016 is Cedar Rapids, Iowa, where the FBI's decision reviews new emails related to Hillary Clinton's use of the private email server is reinvigorating Donald Trump's fake U.S. government and political system in his own campaign. Calvin Grimm used suing his Virginia school district to use the board's bathroom, which corresponds with his own gender identity. 20 minor injuries after plane catch fire on O'Hare runway. Everybody started panicking. South of Mosul, Iraqi Shiite militants set out Saturday that they had launched an offensive toward the west of Mosul. An operation that would tie to the Nusrat ISIS Iraq struggle, but could inflame the tension in the mainly Sunni region. 2,000 solar whips unveiled Friday by Tesla CEO and the Solar City Chairman Elon Musk. South Korea. Thousands of South Koreans took to the streets of the capital on Saturday and called for the increasingly unpopular President Park Geun-hye to step down in relation to She led an old friend and daughter religious cult leader. Private Syrian government forced to launch a counteroffensive Saturday night, a cover of airstrikes in an attempt to regain control of areas that they had lost to resurgence before. The northern city of Aleppo's activists and state media said. Reykjavik, Iceland. Icelanders are voted Saturday in the national election and out offers a choice between continuing many shades of change with a radical party, secular and state center-right government. Russia loses seat on UN Human Rights Council. People gathered this week outside the federal courthouse Porto where the Akbar's case was tried. As the verdict in Oregon draws surprise at questions about equity. This Halloween will probably be different than previous years. Cons made headlines of the week now, but now not in a good sense. Now the fears in Europe. The United States that things could get much worse this weekend. Terry Rowan was arrested on third-degree election misconduct charges after trying to vote for the GOP nominee at the two separate polling stations. If Donald Trump were ordered his pledge to spend $100 million on money on his own campaign, did he would invest and spend $44 million at breakneck speed? It was just 2 months ago that the Munla's International Incorporated, the $70 billion international snacks business formerly known as Kraft Foods, dropped a poor executive attempt to acquire chocolate behemoth Hershey Company. ExxonMobil Corporation warned that it may force eliminate about 20% of the future oil and gas prospects, leading to the sharp decline in global energy prices. Supporters of minimum wage votes will push Democratic turnout. When AT&T Incorporated Chief Executive Randall Stephenson addressed hundreds of employees last month, he surprised them with a nuanced discussion of Black Lives Matter and movement and racial justice in America. SpaceX still doesn't know what exactly caused Falcon 9 rocket to explode in September, but the company said it narrowed down to the problem of 1 to 3 helium pressure vessels in the UN propulsion of the rocket. In an attempt to bolster support for the former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton's little daughter, DiCaprio is now released in a new climate change movie just days before the election. A deadly measles complication that kills kids years after they seemingly recover may not be as rare as the doctor's spot researcher said Friday. A global clinical trial to test the effectiveness of hormonal contraceptive shots for men found the shots successfully suppress sperm production nearly 96% of men who completed the study. Over $10,000 raised in a breast cancer fundraiser in New Jersey. Soylent has paused production of the main project that's soy power out of it, determined it been making people sick. That's now 2 atoms of Soylent is at a halt production of the soy powder and previously the Soylent bar. Plenty of Republicans claim that they have found Donald Trump's post of group and women and rehab himself, but increasingly many seem willing to vote for him all the same. Senator Berry said there's laying the groundwork for the post-election activism. The Vermont Independent campaign for the former rival of the Democratic presidential nominee Hillary Clinton. Peter Childers time is 8:20 on this Saturday morning, and it is time off for Sports Report. Last night, the North Lancers football team playoff hopes were dashed as the North Lancers football team got thumped by the Hanover Indians 53-8 in Hanover High School. And while the Cleveland Indians deserve all the credit you can throw their way, instead of being Cubs are making this whole winning the World Series difficult on themselves as the Cleveland Indians blanked the Chicago Cubs in game number 3 of the World Series, 1-0 at Wrigley Field, game 4 tonight at Wrigley Field. After the noise we put up at the beginning of 2016-17 in regular season, the hard to believe Anthony Davis has been able to crack a spell after New Orleans Pelicans' first 2 games of the year. Boston Celtics still rehabilitated what happens at a closed-door practice at February. A couple of significant differences developing in postseason. As the bench ended with smart out. As the Celtics will take on the Charlotte Hornets in Charlotte, while the Boston Bruins will be taking on the Detroit Red Wings in Detroit. Peter Children's time is now week 21 on this Saturday morning, and it's time now for Traffic and Treasure Report. Baby! Let's WMBT where on the subway system. Looking good. Come meet rail. It is looking good, and on the ferries, they are looking good. Alright, let's study off down in New York City and vicinity where Long Expressway eastbound side of Breakfast, Regal Park to 678. Brooklyn Queens Expressway westbound side is backed up at the Law Expressway westbound side it is backed up around 278. Lincoln Tunnel eastbound side it is backed up from New Jersey down to Midtown Manhattan. 278 eastbound side back to Sunset Parkway to Red Hook. 278 Bell Parkway westbound side back to Midtown Starway up to 278. Visitors Bridge to the westbound side is also at Staten Island. Highways and byways at Connecticut, Rhode Island, and Massachusetts are looking good except on 79 and northbound side it is back to after 195 and Fall River. Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine highways are looking good except on Interstate 89 and southbound side is backed up after the Canadian border up in Vermont. Interstate 87 and southbound side it is backed up after the Canadian border up in upstate New York. Highways and byways in New York City are looking good 376 eastbound side it is backed up after Pittsburgh. Interstate 79 on the westbound side, it is backed up just around West Friendship, Maryland, and 695. The southbound side is backed up around Route 70 in Baltimore. Interstate 83, the southbound side is backed up in downtown Baltimore. Capital Beltway, the eastbound side is backed up before 95 out in Silver Spring, Maryland. Here, but I was in my ways of Maryland, D.C., and Naples South. Looking good. Peter Chill News Time is 8:22 on this Saturday morning, and it's time now for a weather report here, and take a look at radar. It shows a line of rain track stretching from the Northern Bristol and Plymouth County stretching around the 128 belt, and Metro West Boston is stretching between 495 and 128. And up in the North Shore, and line of rain track stretching from South Central New Hampshire stretching to the Central New Hampshire and Western New Hampshire and up in Eastern Vermont and several portions of Maine, and a heavy band of rain tracks east to Keene, New Hampshire. Okay, 7-day forecast goes like this. Today, chance of rain between 9 a.m. and 11 a.m. Most skies going to have a 57 degrees. South is about 5 to 30 miles at chance of 50%. Tonight, most skies go about 51 degrees. West about 9 to 30 miles at chance of nice. Slight chance of showers after 3 p.m. Most skies go about 60 degrees at west about 70 miles an hour. Chance of 20%. Sunday night, chance of rain minimum for 2 a.m. Clouds skies at Greenwich become clouds skies about 37 degrees at north wind about 3 to 5 miles an hour. Chance of 50%. New Business between the 10 coordinates possible. Monday, mostly sunny, podcast about 51, about 34 degrees. North about 6 miles an hour. Tuesday, mostly sunny, most skies about 56, about 45 degrees. Wednesday, mostly sunny, podcast about 60, about 47 degrees. Thursday, church showers, partly sunny, most skies about 66, about 44 degrees. Church 35%. And for Friday, most skies about 56 degrees. Currently not near, it is overcast with rain outside, and we have a temperature of 41 degrees, humidity at 99%, and out in Mansfield Airport, 43 degrees. And that's going to be it for the Peter Channel Saturday morning news on a Saturday morning, 29th of October 2016. Good morning, a good positive, and a good day.